This isn't a question that people ask. In fact, it's a question that people don't even know they need to ask, and that's the effect of the particular lens and camera that they're using on the picture they're taking. They usually think if they just pick up a camera and shoot, that they get all things which are approximately the same. But there are three major groups of lenses. There's what's called a standard lens, and we're in that position now. There is a wide-angled lens, and there is a telephoto lens. And people know about the telephoto lens, and almost as many know about the wide-angle lens. But there is a big difference on the nature of the image taken with each of those three types of lenses. We're going to demonstrate that. I'll show you when I step close to the camera what a wide-angle lens looks like, and then I'll step right back and see what the telephoto lens looks like. Okay, I'm standing now about one step away from the camera, and this puts it into the wide-angle mode like you get on your GoPros and your webcams. And in this mode, in wide-angle mode, all the features on a face are pronounced and more exaggerated. So if you're somebody who's got a large nose or a big pimple bump on there somewhere, then probably it's not the most flattering position for you to use. I'm now about 3 steps away from the camera, and this would be the equivalent of a standard lens. If you were to stand right here by the camera, what you would see looking at me is about the same as you would see on the camera itself. So it's not exaggerated like we get in the wide angle, it's not flattened out like we get in the telephoto. Okay, at the moment I'm 9 steps back from the camera, and this puts us into telephoto mode in this particular configuration. And if you look, you can see that by comparison, the facial features are flattened. In particular, when you're in a crowd with a telephoto lens, the crowd seems to be close together and close on top of each other and closer than they are in real life. So to summarise it, the standard lens gives you approximately the same view as you would see if you were there in real life. It's probably the go-to setup for most situations, but be aware that if you need to use a wide-angled lens, that you're going to have these exaggerated features, so be careful of that. But you can also take advantage of that at times. And the other thing you need to be aware of with telephoto is it tends to compress things so they all look squashed and close up on top of each other. So if you have a situation where you're wanting to show a crowd, then probably a telephoto lens is a better way to do that, because it really brings that crowd nature out on everything. So there's no right or wrong in which one you want to use, but you do need to know which one is in place at the time that you're taking the shot and the impacts they have on it. Particularly, you need to understand that the webcams that you buy and plug into your computers are nearly always wide-angle lenses. They get a lot of the background in, they make your features exaggerated, and do all sorts of interesting things with that. So that's the impact of the type of lens.